Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tracy and today's upload is my weekly weigh-in update for Slimming World. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently this week and I'm going to show you my weigh-in results first and then speak about the week from there. And I usually do it the other way about. So hey, mixing things up. So when I stepped on the scales this morning, let me show you, I stayed the same, and that means my total weight loss is still 2 stone 12 pound, and that means I haven't reached my 3 stone milestone yet either, but that's alright. So this week was another good week on Slimming World. I stayed on plan the whole week, all 7 days, no cheat meals or anything. I did have little odd things, like I had a latte one day, a Costa latte one day, because I'd ran out of coffee. No, I hadn't ran out of coffee, I'd ran out of milk and I needed a coffee before I went to work, so I grabbed a Costa one, but that was still within my sin allowance. And I also had veggie straws or something, a little snack packet of crisp veggie straw things from Aldi, and they were still within my sin allowance. So I had little things like that, but everything was in my sin allowance. So it was a good week on Slimming World. I also done a little bit of walking this week, you know, apart from walking the dog. I do have 2 dogs, but I can only walk one at the minute. Last Saturday, Ali and I were going to my gran's, and she lives in one of the neighbouring villages. It's a 4-mile walk. I checked it on, well, just under 4-mile walk. I checked it on Google Maps, and you know, I was like, you know what, Ali, let's just walk it. Let's just walk it. I like to walk. I'll walk anywhere, but if I'm going with Ali, he's like, oh my god, and he moans about it like, you know, a preteen or teenager will, because they don't like to do anything except to be glued to their phone or their Xbox. And it was a beautiful day on Saturday, absolutely el scorchio. So we were walking it, I decided, and he had his little grumble about it, but eventually was like, yeah, okay, let's do it, because it was a nice day. Part of the deal that I made with Ali was that we'll walk there and we'll get the bus back. So we walked there, we've done the 4-mile walk, just under 4-mile walk, and then we got the bus back. That was lovely, it was a lovely walk. And another day I had the dentist and I walked there and back as well. So I've been getting a little bit more exercise and I haven't been doing too much, but walking really recently because I have been quite busy and just feeling a little bit lazy, I guess. So getting her maintained this week was a little bit disappointing. I have to admit, I was a little bit disappointed. And I know my mantra's any losses again, but I would have even been happy with a ½ pound loss this week. Just the fact that I'd done quite a few walks, big walks, and I had been eating on plan the full week and I didn't get any loss. That's just slightly disheartening. And I'm not going to say I don't know where I went wrong, because I just know the body is just the weirdest thing. That is one of the main things that I've learned this year on Slimming World. One thing that I did want to speak about was, since I can't even remember how many weeks ago it was now, it was a good couple of weeks anyway. If you remember, I was talking about it was coming up to my time of the month and I was eating and still not feeling hungry. It was just one of those times of the month, it was a bad time of the month, and I just wanted to eat everything in sight. And I managed to stay on plan, I managed to resist temptation that week, and everything that I was eating, even though I was eating lots, everything I was eating was still within the Slimming World allowance, or in my sin allowance. But since then, I have noticed that I'm still getting quite hungry again at night. And I had managed to get to the stage where I wasn't eating much at night. I would maybe have like an orange or something if I was feeling peckish, or just I'd managed to stick to fruit. But since that bad time of the month, I have been eating more and more at night, like toast, and getting back to my old ways, my old Slimming World ways, not my old ways, where it would be like 20 packets of crisps. Joke, I never ate 20 packets of crisps in one night, but it's getting back to that, toasts and scrambled eggs and stuff. And while everything is in my sin allowance, I don't like eating at night. I don't feel good the next morning. My belly feels full. I have felt quite bloated this week, and even though it is, I'll say it 100 times, even though it's all within my sin allowance, it is still calories, and it's not good to be eating so late at night, or late at night just before you go to your bed and stuff. I know that, But I have just been getting back into that way, so now I need to curb it. I have managed to curb it the last few nights. On the days that I'm working, I am literally coming home, having my dinner and having a couple of hours chill time and then going to bed. So it's not an issue on those days. It's the days where I'm not working that it's an issue. I don't know, maybe I need to try and have dinner a little bit later on the days where I'm not working, because usually we'll have our dinner between 5 and 6. But the days that I am working, it's usually between 7 and 8, because by the time I get home. So maybe I need to try and make it so I'm having dinner a little bit later, usually between 7 and 8 or something. I've also been toying with the idea of doing intermittent fasting, and I've been thinking about it a lot over the last couple of months actually, because Fiona from our Crazy Life Scotland, she does intermittent fasting. That is such a tongue twister. Intermittent fasting. And she really highly rates it. And I really, really like the idea of it. But here's the reason that I probably, definitely, 100% won't do intermittent fasting, is because of coffee. Now, you can have coffee on intermittent fasting, but it has to be black coffee. You can't have sugar in it, you can't have milk in it, both of which I take in my coffee. I can't drink it without. It might be okay at night time, you know, after my eating window has closed. If I've done it, say my eating window closed at 7, it'd either be 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock the next day where I could have another coffee. But I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning for work, and there's no way I can go to work without a coffee. I can't do it. I can't not have coffee. But first thing when I wake up in the morning, even on days that I'm not working, I can't not have a coffee in the morning. It sounds pathetic, but there's a lot of things that I'm willing to change about my diet because I want to be a lot healthier. But one thing I don't want to sacrifice is my coffee, especially my morning coffee. And going to work without a coffee just sounds like the worst thing in the world when I think about it. It's not the worst thing in the world, that's a bit dramatic, but you know what I mean. I don't want to sacrifice, especially that coffee of my first coffee of the day. I just feel like I won't be woken up, and I know it's maybe all in my head and stuff, but it's just not happening. And then I think, well, you know, I could have my eating window a little bit earlier, so I don't need to sacrifice my first morning coffee of the day. If I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or 6 o'clock, depending when I have to get the bus, I think I need to go back to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon for when I can last have something to eat. And especially on days where I'm not working, no, especially on days where I'm working, like I said, I don't get my dinner until between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. It just doesn't fit in with my lifestyle, basically. So I'll give intermittent fasting a pass. But what I am going to do is just try and rein it in with the eating at night, eating badly at night. Fruit only from now on. If I need to eat anything at all, I do not want to eat anything at all, ideally, but sometimes when you're in bed at night, your tummy's rumbling, it's really hard to get to sleep. So if that happens, if I'm at that stage where I can't sleep because my stomach, new word for you guys, stomach. If your stomach is rumbling at night, if I'm at that stage, I will just have a bit of fruit or something like that. Something else that I wanted to discuss this week was exercise. Now I do walking. I've done walking most of the time that I've been on Slimming World. I've spoke about joining a gym. I spoke about going swimming, but I've never actually done anything like that. I've never actually done it. First of all, with swimming, I haven't got a swimming costume that fits me, so I need to try and sort that out at some point over the next few weeks. But what I am needing to do is more exercise, like not just walking, more exercise. Not for the weight loss aspect, although that'll help, more from the toning aspect, because I don't ever think that I'm going to have like flat tummy. First of all, I'm a mum. Second of all, I was overweight for many years. I'm going to have loose skin. Ugh. But I'm not living in little fantasy land where I think I'm going to have a washboard stomach or that. But I would like to do my best and try my best to lessen the damage that I've done, if that makes any sense. So a couple of the girls at work, I've been speaking to them, they've been asking me for advice with Slimming World and that, because they're both on Slimming World. I've been telling them recipes to try and giving them little hints and tips and stuff. They've been asking me for advice with that, and they were telling me that they've joined a spin class. They go to that on a Wednesday, and actually I can't go to a Wednesday and a Thursday, but I can't go to any of the classes that they go to because it starts when I finish work, so there's no way I would get there in time. But this spin class, the guy that takes the spin class, he does it every day of the week. There's a spin class every day of the week, so I'm thinking I might try at least 1 or 2 spin classes, because here's my deal. You guys know that I've watched my video for a while. I don't know what exercises are going to be good, or what exercise classes are going to be good or bad for my back. So I want to at least try a few different classes and see the effects that it has on my back before I make a decision. But I am going to give this cycle one a try first, which will be next week. I'm going to try that one. I think it's next Sunday, if I can get a space. If not, I'll try and get one on my other days off. I also want to try a bums, tums and thighs class, which I don't know when that's on or where it is, because I've got quite a few leisure centres around me that I can go to the classes. And other than that, I'm out of ideas of what classes I can try, so I really need to look at the local leisure centres and what classes are on and what I can fit into my availability. And yeah, just give a few different ones a try and see if it's going to be good for me, for my back mostly, because I do want to do exercise. I'm just so apprehensive about it and a little bit terrified of it, because I don't want to do anything that's going to really hurt my back. So one of the girls that actually does the spin class at my work, she has a bad back. Maybe not quite as bad as the problems that I've had with my back, but she does have a bad back. And she says it doesn't really affect her back at all. So I'm going with that recommendation at the minute for the spin class, but I don't know, it depends how much I have to lean over. I'm sorry if I've changed position, I really just had to run and have a pee there. I was desperate. I thought I'm not going to get to the end of this video without having to go to the toilet. And I went before I started the video. I've drunk a lot of coffee already this morning, can you tell? Where was I? Oh, classes, yeah. I have also been toying with the idea of doing an aqua aerobics class, but I know spaces are really hard to get in the classes at my local swimming pool. Maybe have to look a little bit further afield for that. And the reason I'm looking into aqua aerobics is because swimming, I like swimming, but I am not the strongest swimmer, and the idea of doing lengths and swimming, actually doing the swimming and doing the lengths makes me so much more self-conscious than I would feel just standing in front of someone in a swimming suit, because obviously the lifeguards and everybody will be looking, and I'm like, they'll be thinking, God, what a terrible swimmer she is. That's how my brain works. Yes, I'm looking at an aqua aerobics class and maybe building my confidence a bit more in the pool. I can't even remember the last time I was in a pool. Oh, Rome last year. I went in the pool for about 3 minutes. Felt so self-conscious I got out. And like I said, I also really need to get a swimming costume that fits me, which stresses me out a little bit because, you know, I have no idea what size I would be. I don't know if I would still need the built-in bra because of the boobs. Yeah, I would probably definitely still need the built-in bra because of the boobs. And the built-in bra ones cost so much more, and I don't want to spend all the money on a built-in bra one from Bravissimo, which are really nice and worth the money. I do feel they're worth the money, but I just don't want to spend that money when I've still got a lot of weight to lose. So basically that's where my head is. I'm looking into exercises. I hopefully over the next week, because I plan to go to that class on Sunday or Monday next week, the spin class, and see how that goes, and then maybe sign myself up for another class that week. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking this week. I really want to start going to classes and stuff and toning up all the loose saggy skin, because I'm saying to myself, this belly is still here. Why is this belly still here when I have lost almost 3 stone? Why is it still, to me it feels still very prominent on my body, and I don't understand. Like I have like 1 stone and 6 pound still to lose till I get to Target, and I'm thinking this belly's not going to go by then. But actually this belly's mostly not this belly. I mean, it's still belly, but most of it is all the loose skin, and it's all, what's the word? It's all gathering in the belly area, because that's where I was worst affected by weight gain. It needs some TLC. I need to be doing things that are going to help that. I could do sit-ups, but I get to so many sit-ups and I could feel my back, and it just stops me from wanting to do any more. Also, bingo wings. I need to do something about that, so maybe I need to do a class that involves some weights or something like that. The reason I'm thinking of the cycling one is because of the thighs, the loose skin at the thighs, and actually you can proper tell it's loose skin at the thighs. So still not loving my body at the minute, because it's just all, saggy is not the word, it's loose. That's the word, it's loose. I was just going to wait until January, until next year, to do something about it. And that would be part of my goals for 2020, but it needs some help now, and I need to focus and just stop meandering along and actually get something done about it now. Like I said, I do not live in La La Land. I don't think I'm going to ever have, the perfect beach bod, but I just want to feel a lot better in my skin and feel that I've done as much as I can to help myself, rather than complain about my belly. And that's everything for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.